We'll discuss several topics in this episode, including the derivatives market, as there was significant news regarding derivatives and the XRP ledger yesterday. We'll also discuss the decline. We're going to examine that Bitcoin and XRP chart since declines are meant for buying, and I hope you did. Let's revise our levels of resistance and support. What are your thoughts about that? Without further ado, take a seat back, unwind, and let's get started. 97.2169 Bitcoin. It has increased by 3.51% over the last day. Ethereum is trading at $345. Right now, it is up 5.24%. Both USDT and USDC are still at 99 cents, while XRP is trading at a mean of $224. The cryptocurrency market size is currently up 4.17% over the last day, at $3 trillion, $361 billion. It's almost as if this decline never occurred. Bitcoin had a surge. XRP rallied around the $100,000 barrier and reached, I think, $2.35. However, as you are aware from the important support and resistance levels, there are a few resistance levels that are hovering there and will eventually be broken. The key question, though, is whether XRP will drop again. Should we go back to $27,213, or perhaps $1.96 once more to sweep the lows before moving higher? The tweet says that the dip never happened, therefore, if I know what a dip is, that's it, my friends. Give up looking at the fucking charts. You looking at the charts is ineffective. Yes, there may be dips along this route. I don't say we might, but we definitely will. Observe dips during this bull cycle, which is the most insane one you will ever experience and won't end until later in 2025. For all of cryptocurrency, Q1 is expected to be a highly bullish period. If you weren't paying attention to the dip, you never looked at it. Once you returned, you wouldn't be driving yourself insane, and you wouldn't even be aware that the downturn had occurred. The altcoin Gordon stated that Bank of America, UniCredit Standard Chartered Bank, or, if I'm not mistaken, UniCredit Standard Chartered Bank, West Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada all work with Ripple to develop an intriguing substitute for SWIFT. Global money movement is being discussed here, and they are trying to develop a substitute for SWIFT. As you are aware, SWIFT is made up of several banks, and they determine how funds will be transferred between the businesses in the network. To take advantage of their network, they overcharge Tier 2 and Tier 3 banks as well as financial money movers like Western Union and Your MoneyGrams. It appears that some of these larger banks have had enough and want to switch to a new financial system that uses digital ledger technology. This system can use a stablecoin or a digital asset called XRP, which can bridge borders and transfer a huge amount of money in a matter of seconds for a very small fee anywhere in the world. Dr. Profits is like, hey, Bitcoin's back. At 100K some of you may understand the sideways move, some of you will regret it. And sell cheaply here. We discussed the range for Bitcoin from 90 to 100. Once 100 is broken, the real breakout won't happen until we rise above 108 to 115. I'm watching that range. We reached 108K but were rejected and fell back down. Eventually, all of these levels will be broken. The only question is when. The bull run isn't going to stop here. We're witnessing bigger organizations and big money entering the cryptocurrency space daily. This is especially likely to happen if Trump takes office on the 20th and declares at some point during his administration that there won't be a crypto tax. I'd estimate that between 5 and 10% of that money will flow into cryptocurrencies. Why? Well, because it's so easy. Those who are entering the cryptocurrency markets will not be required to pay taxes, unlike those who are entering the stock market. And guess what? They will flock if they are required to pay taxes. Note what I said, the Bitcoin is here. Simply put, the chart shows that we are currently sitting on the green support, which is approximately 97,000. If this is broken, a decline is likely. Down to 92K. But if we can keep moving upward, we have two crucial levels for Bitcoin to reach. The first is around 98K, and the second is around 999,000. If those are broken, it will flood the market and push it up to roughly 103,000, which will then push it to 105, where we will aim for the all-time high of Bitcoin, as you can see right here where I'm circling my mouse. At this precise moment, Bitcoin reached a new all-time high. We failed to hold the previous resistance levels that we broke on the way down, so we continued until we found support. When we found support, the majority of the support was sitting on Bitcoin at its current price levels. Does that mean that it will hold right here? It does. We tried 10, 18, and 35 and were rejected. As you can see, we experienced a sharp decline to roughly 93K, followed by a sharp rise back to 97,000. People, let's look at XRP. We are in a chop zone. Let's zoom out a bit and see what XRP is doing. The majority of the hold that is currently in place is in the $2.20 region. It did break, just like Bitcoin did, and it dropped to $1.96, but that dip, did not last long, and it shot right back up to those two support levels sitting between 220 and 225. As you can see, XRP's move 272s was then the pain in the butt, which is exactly like where Bitcoin sits at 108. We tried to get above it, but we were unable to do so, and we fell back down until we found support. Can this be retested? We can drop lower and sweep the lows around $1.96 100%. We can do it by closely watching this chart and seeing what the weekly close will do for us. Amazing cryptocurrency, at 222, he had his long open and said, "Look, I am leaving because I do not believe that we will not sweep the lows again." What is he doing? He closes long and makes a 56% profit, but he will wait and watch because he thinks that area will recur. It will be a sweep of the 2020 all-time high, which I think was down 96, but we're going to sweep down there like we did about 2 weeks ago. Once that sweep is finished, we can begin to move to the upside, which is perfectly aligned with the target we've been discussing on this channel for a while, which is Q1 of 2025. After that, we get this from Sinston. Investigation. This is significant, people. Bitstamp is creating a derivative exchange on the XRP ledger and will be purchased by Robinhood in 2025. We're talking about I don't know when we discuss derivatives in 2025. If they are going to build out a derivatives exchange on top of the XRP ledger with real-world tokenized assets and everything being tokenized on the XRP ledger, the price will go absolutely parabolic, and you are going to get a kaboom moment, which is what 2025 is looking like if you haven't noticed that XRP has been the one recovering the fastest during these dips. 10 to 20 trillion if we're talking about the notional amounts of outstanding for the global derivatives market, which exceeds 600 million. At this moment, Ripple has a stablecoin that uses XRP if it operates on the XRP ledger. We've discussed this several times, so folks are curious about how the price increases. As we talk about millions and billions of transactions per day, more XRP is being used up. If these banks, institutions, or even derivatives start using XRP, the more transactions, the more volume, the more liquidity, and the more XRP is burned. The price will increase as more XRP is utilized.